Update 0.2 for TERRATECH Worlds is out right now. This video will be covering the major portions of the update, but if you want to get into the sort of nitty gritty, there will be a link to the patch notes in the description. Let's get on with it. We have doubled the hard-coded text size limit from 16 by 16 by 16 to 32 by 32 by 32. I mean, if you knew how to double the number 16, you already sort of knew where that was going. This is now possible with the introduction of fusion cores. Remember auxiliary reactors from the demo days? Well, this is them. They look better, they glow, they've been to the dev gym basically. In order to power them, you'll need to craft fusion core structures and attach them to your Techyard. And of course, these things will need to be powered too. Craft your fusion cores and get building larger techs. We look forward to seeing what you make, and there will be more updates coming to this new system in the future. Remember how greedy the carbon generator was back in the day? It wasn't that long ago, I don't know why I phrased it like that. Well, it's a thing of the past, as this new update introduces a variable power system to structure blocks. Now, I'm about to get a tiny bit technical, and it's going to sound like I'm reading off a list, and that's because I am. I want to be as clear as possible and sound as smart as possible. So we have switched our power system over to variable power. Each structure has an operating cost when active. When a structure is unpowered, off or idle, it does not consume its power cost. The burn duration of a chunk of carbon in a carbon generator is now relative to how much power the grid is demanding. Carbon generators burn slower, or generate less power when the grid needs less power. We have fixed how reserve power cell structures work, so power cells now discharge an appropriate amount of power. Power cells now prevent the grid from tripping, and to, make this a bit more sort of manageable, we have added medium and large size power cells that are craftable from the workbench. So, don't say we don't ever do anything for you. And while we're on the subject of power, the wind generators have been slightly tweaked to generate more power, so get creating some crazy wind farms while you're at it. We have also brought a few UI improvements. You can now interact with pylons and other power-related buildings to view more detailed numbers of power generation. The Tripper Power UI has been updated, and most machines now have animations and VFX when they are actively crafting or, doing something. And to be honest, this is one of my favorite things. Another feature, another list. Your repair charges for your tech are getting a little reworking in this new update. We are offering new ways of increasing the number of repair charges a tech has with the Fusion Core feature. As part of that, we are reworking how repair charges are delivered. So repair charges take time to regenerate. This timer starts when a Techyard is claimed or after the owner has interacted with the Techyard and replenished any of their repair charges. A tech with its maximum repair charges will not trip this timer. As part of this, techs now respawn with any repair charges left when the tech was destroyed. The Techyard now has a UI panel that shows the repair charges available all the time left. More Techyard upgrades are coming to expand this in the future, so stay tuned. I'm sure you'll also be delighted to know that we have some new tech blocks in this update, and I think you're really going to like this one actually. So we have simple blocks. We are adding a wider variety of blocks that will aid new players as well as older players trying to build larger techs. These blocks will have more attachment points, but come with a higher reactor cost. We also have the triple grenade launcher, which was obviously totally not released by accident in one of the previous builds. In fact, forget I even said it. It's now in the game and you can enjoy it. It also has a lovely new model, which is quite fancy, and the original grenade launcher has had its model updated to match this new style. We also have the speedometer, which is, how fast your tech is going. And, if you want to do a little bit of cosmetic stuff, we've introduced the antenna. Doesn't do anything, purely cosmetic. But you're allowed to have fun in this game. That's what games do. In case you weren't sure. Also, we have added more bases, crates, and points of interest to discover. And to wrap things up, TERRATECH World's first mini-boss is now ready and waiting for you. You can check out your Objectives tab for a hint on their location. Good luck, because you're gonna need it. So that was all the major updates in 0.2 for TERRATECH Worlds. Once again, if you do want to get into the sort of smaller details, then there will be a link to the patch notes in the description, you big nerd. And of course, if you would like to be an active member in this community, then please consider joining our Discord server. Come over, we're nice, I promise.